Eamon O'Carroll, was that too little bit close for comfort in the end this afternoon, that win over York?
Yeah, it was. We fully expected a close game. I just think we look a tight group at the minute. We've put a lot into playing those two full-time teams, and we've done our best to try and energise the group. I thought we had lots of effort. But you could just see us running out of steam. I felt the game lacked any sort of rhythm today. I think we're at our best when we're doing that. We're going set for set, and it was real stop-start, and probably just didn't get the start to it right. It was quite frantic at times, but to come through and win the game in the manner in which we did was absolutely fantastic. So I'm proud of them for the reference.
How pleased are you with that response in the last 5 minutes, with Lily and Suda going up the field, and you effectively killed that York momentum, that comeback momentum that they probably sensed?
Yeah, well, York, to be fair to them, made us work hard for it. We probably didn't have to put ourselves in that position. I thought we were quite poor defensively for our standard. There was lots of effort in that, but probably one bloke works hard and then the other one underworks, and it creates you massive problems. So I just think we lacked rhythm and connection today. But I've seen a very similar game with this group before, and we've been on the wrong side of it. And whatever happened today, we found something to get the job done towards the end. So I think that's a huge step for us. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction.
Is that what you were fearing? You were having flashbacks to that Widnes game in that last 10 minutes?
Yeah, pretty much. So that's why I'm quite pleased to see. Right, yeah, we do get out close when we strip it down and look at it. The performance probably not up to our standard, and we obviously want to be better. But we're playing against a team that's playing well at the minute. I know they've got some injuries as of late. Probably highlights just how difficult the championship is at the minute. So look, like I said, we've been in games like that before where we've come out on the wrong side. Today we didn't.
There's 15 minutes to go, you're leading by 30 points to 10. Is that a knock-on effect, you feel, of those games against the top two, Wakefield and Toulouse, with the energy levels just kind of sapping in that crucial period where York scored those 18 points?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I just felt we lacked energy from the start today, and a lot of that was down to the pressure that York put us under. I can't really use those games as an excuse. I just know that sooner or later down the line they kind of can bite you. And today, when I seen some of the things that we probably value that lads were trying to do but couldn't do, I was thinking we're lacking energy, and we didn't do ourselves any favours. I think the first half we made 2 errors, give them good ball sets, and that was the only 2 sets that they had in that first half, and we concede points like really poor by our standards, and it creates that little bit of anxiety. So we've shown great resilience and resolve to come through the other side. Look at 30-10. We should be seeing that game out. And for us to go and concede 28 points, that's way off our standard. I mean, we're not happy about that, but we've not even spoke about that now. We'll get to that tomorrow. But again, come through the other side, and it's important we're picking up points, and we've done that today.
You started strong and fast. Max Eamon going in at the corner. You've highlighted those 2 errors from Tom Holmes and Liam Tyndall. York effectively got free possession and managed to score for the back of them.
Yeah, even our tries though, I didn't think we were great with the ball. I really didn't. I think our first couple came off like little scrappy kicks, and we speak about value and getting to last, but I just didn't. I feel like we lacked real rhythm and connection today, and it's something that we've been working hard on as a spine. When I spoke to them at half time, we were fully on board with it. So it was nice to see some lads get some tries, and probably when you view them, they're going to look nice, but they're not what we practice, But there was effort there to kind of get the ball over the line, which is fantastic. But I just think overall we probably didn't ask as many questions as we wanted to.
What was the message from you after those 2 quick-fire York tries in that first half? Because it looked like you got a response.
I just challenged the group and said that's way below our standard. I felt like in Yarnish defence we restricted them really well, but there was only getting out onto our goal line through either us making an error or we give the penalty away. So I told the boys that we just needed to see a response, and that was us all doing our job and staying connected, not getting frustrated and feeling like we have to solve it on our own. Which I thought we did well, and then towards the back end we were definitely working as individuals and causing ourselves huge issues, which fair play to York, they exploited.
Second half, you knew you were going to get a response from York and Mark Applegate's side after the break and the team talk, but you managed to shut down that first attack, force a goal line dropout, and then John Davis scored.
Yeah, I thought that's our game. I thought we were perfect there, really restricted him, challenged him when we kicks returned, and shown an element of patience, which was good. Probably the most pleasing part of the game, barring the final whistle. So yeah, we just want to be doing that for longer periods during games now.
that self-belief though with York at the end there, and that there must be some positives, some good traits you can see from that, you know, for Bradford to ultimately get back over the line and show it out.
Oh mate, absolutely. Like I'm okay. Like I'm happy we've won a game, and that's ultimately what we want to do. Are we happy with the performance? No, because we've got high standards, and we know that, you know, we drop below standard. But I can sit back and understand. I'm with the group every day. I see what they've been through. You know, anyone will back you up who's probably sat in my seat. You go to Toulouse away in a 12-all draw and you lose a couple of men, and then you go to Wakefield in the type of game that was, and we're losing bodies again. You know, the lads are expending a lot of energy and probably working harder than what they need to. Sooner or later down the line, that is going to affect me in terms of your performance. It's not an excuse, it's a reason, it's something for me to be looking at, and we do need to be better. But we could have lost that game performing the way we did it in certain parts of that game, but we didn't show enough resolve to pull through and stick together, and for that I'm so proud of the group.
George Tafua and Evan Sker missing two big, you know, players who make a lot of meters and carries for Paposha, and Harvey Making really did fill in that void.
Yeah, they did. We know that we're going to get that from Elliot, and Harvey's someone that we've been trying to get in for a long time. I really rate him. I like what he's about. Probably different to some of the front rows that we've got in our team, certainly the ones that we've brought in of recent time. Probably similar to Eben in terms of what he does, how he wins the collision area, plays the ball quick, rips out tackles. But yeah, great energy. He's a fit lad too. So I just challenged him and said I wanted to see how hard he could carry the ball today and to win every collision defensively, and I thought he did that. He'll only get better now. For us to see a better side of Harvey and Elliot, these lads that jump back into the squad, everyone else needs to be doing their bit, and today we probably didn't find the right balance with that. So Harvey and Elliot will be better as the weeks come on when everyone else is back up to speed.
Jaden Ockenbaugh, Dan Cora named in the squad but not used this afternoon.
No, we just went a different way with Dan. Really grateful for Warrington to allowing him in. We've had a real disruptive week in terms of injuries and seeing where people were at. So we had to bring in some bodies early on before we could get a look, but we went with Elliot on that one. And Jaden, his loan's up now, so we're just going through the process of getting a visa for him. So hopefully we'll be back next week.
What's the plan long term for Jaden to play at Bradford for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, that's a long term plan. So there was a bit of things that we had to kind of get done there in terms of getting it over the line, but we feel we're at that point now, so we can start the visa process.
There was a period in that first half where Nico Williams gets into the sin bin. Looked to be in penalty try territory, Eamon. What's your thoughts on that one?
No, I don't think so. No, I think we bombed it and we bombed another. So and that's something I spoke to the boys at our town. I don't want to be seeing penalty tries for that. Look, he's desperate defence from York. They're trying to stop a try. There's certainly no malice in it, and he had a great effort to get across and cover Jaden. So I've no issue with that. I'm more filthy on us for not executing, but it's just the way it is.
It looked like everybody come through unscathed. Is that the case?
I believe so. I've come up here quite quick after I just spoke to the boys, so I'm hoping that's the case. I'll get a medical report tonight, but there was something in there, I'm pretty sure.
How important is it to return to winning ways after last week?
Yeah, it was important. We look at performance. You know, I think I've probably come out of the last two games, even though we've not won, happier than what I probably am now, which sounds weird. I've got my own reasons why I'm happy that we won that game today. Probably the circumstances, but yeah, I've felt a lot happier the last 2 weeks than what I'm probably feeling now, which I know is bizarre, but ultimately it's about winning games, and we did that. We just know we need to be better.
And just finally from me, and obviously Sam Harris had some sad news Thursday evening. How has that coach-player relationship, worked? Because obviously Sam's put his hand up to play this afternoon after some, distressing news.
Yeah, that's why I was happy for the win. The way I seen the group pull together there. Sam's been amazing. I wouldn't expect anything different with him. He absolutely amazes me the way that he's approached this. Must be terrible for him. I know how close he was with his dad. His dad was a great man. Spent some time with him up in Newcastle, him and his mum. And I know that he was really close to Sam and followed him everywhere, so quite unexpected as well. But he just said to me, mate, it's business as usual. I want to play. I was so happy for him. I think you could see his reaction when we went over for that last try. So yeah, he's been amazing, Sam.
You're saying, obviously, you feel a bit flat in terms of the result because of the circumstances of it. I mean, the players themselves, do you think, they're an honest bunch? Do you think they'll look at themselves and, they'll obviously be the relief for getting through, that, they've got what they achieved, but the fact they had to sort of almost saw it slip from the grasp.
Yeah, well, I think that shows where the groups come. You know, I think beginning of the year, round 5, round 6, we'd have probably blown that. So we didn't. Look, I'm not down by any means. I'm not down. I'm just thinking our performance of a whole could have been better, and we did some things that hurt us. You know, it's never nice leaking as many points as we did, certainly in the manner that we did. But it's just it's another page for us. We have to learn lessons from it. Review will be tough, of course it will. But it's not quite about that at this stage. I just spoke to the group. I actually let the captain Jordan lead that. It was about getting it done for Sammy today, and the boys went and did that. So we'll pull it to pieces. I'll pull it to pieces tonight, and we'll review it tomorrow, and we'll make sure we're better for it. But we are going to have to be better going into the end of the season. But sometimes you have to win ugly. You have to win scruffy, and we've not done that this year. We've not been able to do it. So I'll look at it as a positive.
Possibly is the danger on the back of the two you've had just played. Any games coming up after that, people might be thinking, oh, we played the top two, and there's that natural sort of thinking. It's not those two, it's someone around the pack.
But no, I think you look at the competition today and well, some of the results. Everyone's beating everyone. You have to be on your best every single week. So we say it, but making sure we drive it is the important one, and making sure the group recognise it. Whoever you're playing, it's going to be a difficult game, and if we want to be where we want to get, if we want to get to where we want to get to, we're going to have to be very good every week.
In terms of the competition, which is obviously saying about how tight it is, the fact that the result in France last night, do you think that's given everyone a little bit of a lift, a bit of a pick me up? The fact that nobody's invincible.
I can't speak for everyone else, mate. I think we're quietly confident in terms of what we're doing, but no, we need to be better. I think we were confident going into our 3 games with Wakefield, but we came out on the wrong side of the result every time. They're a very good team, but they're human like us. And Toulouse went and performed very well, and that didn't surprise me. It's a very tough place to go to. You take everything into account, the travel, the getting up early. Obviously I've had to do it a lot with Catalan. It probably made me prouder knowing that we went there with 12 men for 20 minutes and got a point.
I thought the 21-man squad this week was very, very strong. As you get more bodies back, are you going to have more and more difficult decisions to make?
I hope so, mate. Yeah, because we're putting lads in there who are injured just so we can name a 21. I don't like naming like a 19 or an 18, so Chester Bolton wasn't fit, we named him in that. And obviously, like I mentioned before, we had to fight and scrap at the beginning of the week to try and get some people in, because I think a lot of clubs are in our situation, they're fighting and scrapping to get players in to cover a 21 squad. So hopefully we'll have some additions and some bodies back fit, and then that will give me difficult conversations to be having with lads, but we say it every week and I've not had one yet. So no, but it's the same for every team. York are going through the exact same thing at the minute. It just seems to be the way the game's going at the minute.
Next week, Widnes are going to see that as a real opportunity for them to gain some space on getting to the playoffs. How ready for that challenge are you feeling?
Oh, well, we'll recover from this first before we look at that. I'll have a good look at them. I already have. I'll have a look at their game against Halifax. We know their threats. They've done us twice this year, and one of the games was very much like that. So I think it's about mentally now letting the lads break off and just recover physically and mentally from that, making sure that we don't miss anything from this game, and then we'll look at Widnes later on in the week.